Hi everyone, how are you doing? It's Amanda. It's the 22nd of August 2020 and it's Saturday morning here, and I just wanted to come on and, I don't know, pull some cards, show you a few beautiful things and spend some time with you. So I'm not actually coming to this video with a particular theme or a particular message, although one may very well develop, which you might be able to see from the title. But as I am going into this, I don't know what this video is about. It's more just about catching up with you all and spending some time, because I do feel as though it's become very apparent over the last week in particular of the importance of teamwork. And I so thank all of you who have been so supportive with regard to the last couple of videos, the fallout of that, the then mending of that. Not that there was really anything to mend, but just the healing that has come from those last two videos, and the fact that many of us are now on this, what I call the straight path. Now, you may not have seen a piece of channeled writing that I put up on my community tab here at Amanda Ellis YouTube. It was also on my Facebook page, Angelic Celestial Colours. I will see if I can get Tracy to put it up as a download in the shop so you can print it out. You won't have to pay for it. I don't even know if it's possible. I'm sure it must be possible, but obviously with thousands of you watching, haven't got the time to send out copies or emails, so there will be another way to do it, or you could just cut and paste it from the places that I've already posted it. The reason why I'm referring to it is that, yeah, there's about 3,500 people that have already seen it, commented on it, seemed to, without exception, love what came through. And I have to say that when I wrote it, it's called The Pilgrim's Path. I very much felt the energy of Christ again, and it just sort of poured out of me. I also remembered how much I love to write, so I'm going to be doing more of that over the coming years. But anyway, lots of ideas coming to me, and I'm going to be doing some more main videos next week. In particular, I will just say that I'm going to be doing a double bubble Heart Squad video combining the energy, or bringing together, Princess Diana and Michael Jackson, because Princess Diana died on the 31st of August and Michael was born on the 25th of August, and they were friends in life. There's a very, very sweet video that I found last night of him talking about her, actually, and the late night phone calls that they used to have, and the secrets that they used to share, the confidences that they had, and the fact that they were very much there for each other. So it's a very, very sweet bond, actually, between the two of them, and I'm really looking forward to doing that video. So that's going to be next week, as well as, I mean, we're nearly into September, for goodness sake, so we'll be doing an energy update in terms of where we all are. But yeah, today I just would like to play and show you a few things and pull some cards. So how are you all doing? How are you all doing? Let me just take my homeopathic pill, which I've forgotten to take. Yeah, how are you all doing? I don't know. You're all telling me now. What have I been experiencing that I think is tuned into the collective? I think post Lionsgate, we have left some old ways behind, some old ways of being. And I keep saying serious upgrade happened, and it's now just starting to manifest. By that, it's as though the way that we're looking at the world, sensing the world, seeing the path maybe before us, feels very different, and we're just sort of getting used to that new energy. I treated myself to a couple of new oracle decks, and I'm going to show you a couple of them today. Some of them you'll know because they're quite widely used on YouTube. Some of them I haven't seen used as much. I've also been sent some brilliant decks as well, but I think I might do them as a separate video and showcase them with an actual reading on something. But the first one that I bought myself is Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. In fact, I bought myself 2 of her decks. I don't know who she is, to be honest. I've not ever had any of her decks or been exposed to any of her work. But I kept seeing this particular deck coming up on people's reads, and I liked the feel of it. So I sat down to do this video and 2 cards came out. So I'm just going to show you what they are. The first is the card of beauty. Okay, the card of beauty and the remembrance of beauty. And the second card is resilience. Okay, and it's quite a graphic card, this card of resilience. It feels to me very much like the energy of, I think it's the 10 of Wands, or is it the 10 of Swords? It's the one basically where the person has got a heavy load strapped to their back and they feel as though they can't make it to the top of the hill. It's that energy of, come on, keep going. If we go back to the Pilgrim's Path, if we go back to the energy of pilgrimage has within it challenges and difficulties. It's not supposed to be, when I say it's not supposed to be easy, that doesn't mean there's not amazing moments of grace and flow where it can be easy, but you are always going to come up against a few barriers and obstacles in the road, which are there for a reason, that are there to make you stronger and to test your resilience. And in fact, this card is called Resilience. So whatever you're going through at the moment in terms of feeling as though you're battling and you're just having to go against the grain, whether that be through the way that you are conducting yourself, you look around you and, you know, I keep saying it's the headless chicken energy that's out there at the moment. There's also a lot of people who just want to follow the crowd and be led and be told what to believe. Well, if you're watching me and you're into the energy of Archangel Metatron, who's my main guide, it's always about following your own path and forging your own path, and sometimes actually forging a path which has never been there before. You've actually got to carve it yourself. So you are given the tools to be able to do that, but equally it is the path of the warrior. Okay, you're a warrior for a reason. Okay, you're given armor for a reason. You're also you're given wings for a reason, to be able to get yourself out of trouble if you get into that type of situation. But yeah, the card of resilience. Also in this deck, it's really interesting because it looks as though she's carrying a bunch of vipers on her back. Okay, it's literally like that. That load includes vipers. So what do we want to say about that? It's becoming very clear that there are certain energies that we need to let go of, and I've been talking about this. Energies of judgment, of blame, of hatred against our fellow man, of envy, you know, any lower vibrational energy which is more attached to fear and lower consciousness. It really is time that we let go of it, because when we do that, we're actually able to step into this, which is the energy of beauty. It really feels to me very clear at the moment that there are 2 ways of us looking at the world. One, which is to look for the beauty, and the other, which is just to look for the dark. Now, the truth, of course, is that beauty and darkness coexist, but it is, again, it's that teaching of where you put your focus is where you grow, where it grows. So it's not about head in the sand type energy in terms of I don't want to know what else is going on out there that might be difficult to look at. It's to do with being aware of it, but equally realizing, as I keep saying, that if you can focus on love, if you can focus on beauty, if you can focus on light, it will grow more of that. Look at this beautiful flower here. You know, it's growing, it's getting taller. The butterflies, the bees, the birds are gravitating towards the light. You see, animals are not stupid. Of course they're not. They sense when something is in flower. They sense when something is in bloom. They know when, the crop is ripe to eat. They know when the grass is good, the grass is not good. And equally, they're very aware of the reverse energy as well. I noticed last night, did any of you notice that your animals were behaving oddly? Bella was behaving very strangely last night. She was going out into the garden and literally was like howling at the moon, which she never does. You know those dogs that you hear and they're like, wow. She's never done that in her life. She wasn't quite doing that, but she was just looking. And okay, we've had gales, so animals are unsettled by the elements as well. There was something else. It's like she was looking out at something. I think she was actually, like cats do, she was probably warding something off maybe, now I'm thinking about it, protecting the space. But it was very noticeable to the point I almost put a post up on Facebook and said, anyone else's animals behaving weirdly? Is something, animals can sense things that are going on in the earth as well. Plate shifts and... sensitive to other phenomena, very aware that some of you watching might be affected by the terrible fires in parts of America. Let's just pull up how that's looking today. Is it? I think they're in California, aren't they? Santa Cruz, is it? Anyway, they're really bad. Yeah, California. California requests. I can't speak. Governor asks Australia for help. California is struggling to contain huge wildfires burning forests and homes. 12,000 firefighters battle the blazes. Yeah, okay, so it's really bad out there. So, sending our love as a community to anybody that's affected by that. That goes without saying. There's a lot that's going on at the moment, but, when you can and when you're able to, even in the midst of devastation, it's what I said when the Australia fires were burning actually, the resilience of nature to be able to come back, and the resilience of nature even when you see a blackened forest, to realise that nature always comes back, okay, in some different shape or form, but it comes back. That's not to say that there isn't terrible pain that happens from these fires. Of course there is. Anyway, yeah, so those are the first two cards from that deck, which I thought were rather lovely. So I'm going to show you those. I'll do let's just pull two more cards from this deck, and then I want to show you a few other things today. Let's just have two more cards there, Metatron, and see where any other message from this deck today. 22nd of August. Growth. Okay, we've got growth. Growth can be painful, is what I'm hearing. Do you remember when you were little? I do. Well, teenager. I remember having growing pains in my legs. I'm 5 foot, I'm nearly 5'10", so I'm quite tall, but, I don't think it's just the fact that I was to become tall. I'm sure you can get growing pains whatever height you reach in life. But I remember the pain in my legs as they grew. And it was real. It was a real pain. So this is a different type of growth pain that we're going through at the moment. We are growing in terms of the different bodies that we have. So the spiritual body, the emotional body, the mental body, the astral body. These are all different aspects of ourself just as much as the physical body. So right now there's a lot of growth happening within the different fields, different bodily fields. And you might be experiencing all of that and more, or it could just be in one particular area. It could be to do with the emotional body. It could be to do with the mental body, or it could be to do with the spiritual body. I mean, they're all sort of interlinked anyway, but it's just, it's going to vary dependent on who you are, what you're going through, what the lessons are that you're meant to be experiencing at this time, as well as the gifts. Think about the flower that has to persevere through, the bulb underneath the ground that has to persevere, and then one day it just breaks cover and it blooms despite it all. That's sort of where we all are. So we've got the energy of growth. I have to say as well, I do want to pull another card, but I've noticed that the card of the masculine, it has been on the bottom of the deck each time I've shuffled it. And if you look at this, the growth card here is the feminine energy. Okay, so this feels as though this is a nod to the divine feminine energy that is growing in our world. And we've got the masculine energy, which is on the bottom of the pack, which is sort of, I'm wanting to say, is going to follow the lead, okay, follow her lead. Again, this feminine energy, she's holding, I don't know if you can see it there, there's a little clock. I'm just hearing tick tock, it's time for the divine feminine to rise. It's fine for the feminine, it's just time, And then, yeah, we've got the masculine energy here who's sort of, I'm just wanting to say, is just watching, observing, and will be following as well. Let's pull one more card from this deck, and then we're going to move on to show you some of my other beauties. Maybe that's what I'm going to call this video. It's to do with sharing the beauty. Okay. Balance. Okay, yeah, the card of balance. Not surprised to see that. We're about to go into Virgo season. Personally, I'm quite glad to get moving out of Leo season in a year that's been fiery by nature and bringing up a lot of fire and sort of confrontational energy in a lot of people. I think we need that beautiful balancing energy of Virgo and the earthy energy as well. So yeah, we've got the energy of balance. Interesting on this card that again, the feminine energy, she's balancing it, but yet there's a cloud over her eyes, so she can't quite see yet what the outcome is going to be. So there's this thing about growing, not knowing necessarily what the final outcome is. Being asked in our own lives to push through, let go of the heavy load, move into a new paradigm and a new way, without actually really being able to fully see what that becomes, which is a big ask. That's a big test, to be perfectly honest, because if you're somebody, and I've got a lot of this as well, which sort of likes to be in control, and you know, it's like, well, if I do this, then I get that, okay? And if I do that, I would get this. And, you know, I'm balancing that out, but it's a very mental process, and it's very much also about control. What this divine feminine energy is doing is she's balancing out not just the wider world and the energies, but also her own life. Okay, she's balancing out her own life, needing to find the balance within herself, and then take some steps, not knowing actually where the final destination is. This is actually true of the whole spiritual path anyway. It's just we like to think that we're in control. The ego likes to think it's in control, and that if it does this, it ends up there. But increasingly, we're entering times where there's meant to be this element of mystery. So yeah, we've also got the energy of balance coming in, a more balanced world. Virgo season, I don't know. I will look at that in the reading for September and focus a little bit more on that. But anyway, great deck. They feel really lovely, don't they? I'm now going to show you something which somebody sent to me. Thank you so much. People are very, very generous in many ways, and I really appreciate you all. People that like and comment on my videos, people that send me donations, thank you so much. We always try and thank you. People that send me gifts, it's really extraordinary. Anyway, I received some Andara Crystals this week from one of you. I'll just say your first name, Lois. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Thank you. I will send you a card. I need to catch up on my thank you cards. Thank you. They are just beautiful. And I'm just going to show you the colours. And I'm not going to read the whole letter because it's a little bit personal, and I think she intended it more for my ears. But I want to just share a little bit of it. I hope that's okay, because she sent these to me, and she says that these crystals have been very insistent that they wanted to come to me after I did a Princess Diana video, and I'm about to do another one. In that video, I don't remember what I even talk about a lot of the time in my videos because I just channel it through, but she says, in my Diana video, I mentioned the new earth colours and their frequency, and that this is what these pieces hold. Now, I'm just going to put them up to the camera and I'm going to try and get the light behind them. Let's see if I can put my trusty torch on again and see how beautiful we can make these look. Not that they need an awful lot of, I don't know if that's making any difference at all. Oh, maybe it is a little bit. Maybe it is a little bit. Wow, yeah, it is. Can you see that? So think about new earth colours. Think about new frequencies coming in. Think about colours that your body is starting to be able to hold and manifest. Wow. She's also told me a little bit about what she believes these particular colours represent, but also realising that I may have other things to say, as you may. So let me just put my phone down so I can actually tell you a little bit about this one. This one is lilac. Shekinah frequencies. I know I've probably said that wrong. Give me a word and I'll butcher it for you. Takes you deeper into the heart. Oh no, sorry, it's not that one. Yeah, galactic healing. Yeah, galactic healing. So that we can forgive ourselves deeply and move forward. Yeah, we need to be able to forgive ourselves deeply, don't we, to move forward. I'll say a little bit. By the way, these were gifts to me, so I don't know where you get them from. I believe crystals arrive at your door when they're meant to arrive at your door, and I believe these came to me because I meant to share them with you. So it's not a question of like, where can I buy them? Where can I buy them? This is like a gift that this lady's given to me for all of us. Okay, that's why I'm sharing them, because they're going to be around me to help me with my work, so you'll all benefit from them anyway. Pink. This is the pink one. Can you see they're like an opalescent? Do you know how many years? I've been doing colour therapy courses for a number of years, and I'm actually just writing the distance course, which should be out within the next 6 weeks or so. But the point is, I've been trying to describe these new earth colours for years. People that did colour therapy courses with me 10 years ago, I was talking about translucent, opalescent colours. And here they are. So this one's pink. This one's about taking us deeper into the heart. This one is one of my favourites. I love that. Can you see that? That's just like the best jewel. That is just like the best jewel. What's this one about? Hold on, I've got various bits of bobs here. There's two greens actually. I don't know. I can't find the bit. You just look at it. Just look at it. Look at it and take it in. What does it say to you? I'll show you the other green one. The other one's more like an apple green. But aren't they just stunning? Purple. Purple rain, purple rain. We've just launched our Higher Self spray today in the shop, in my Angelic Celestial Colour shop. And I'm not trying to sell it to you because it's probably already sold out. It went on sale at 11 o'clock, so there were 200. They'll sell out today. So, you know, it's our Higher Self spray, the beautiful scent that it has was, Prince came in and helped in its creation. So I'm just hearing purple rain, purple rain. Oh yeah, music's getting me through it at the moment as well. Look at this one. Look at that. How stunning are they? What a beautiful thing to have sent me. Thank you so much. And then this one, there's one that I've got more of a block to, which is this one, which is interesting because it's the yellow ray, and I keep talking about the yellow ray. I mean, it's still beautiful, of course it is. Oh God, yes, of course. Yellow is Archangel Jophiel, which is all about beauty. That's where we're stuck. We're stuck because we're we're surrounded by so many people that just are invested in the dark and want to just talk about the dark and show you things about the dark. And, you know, let's just go down that dark rabbit hole and stay there and not come back up to for the light and look at the beauty. So yeah, of course there's a block here. You know, this is stunning. Anyway, I will just say something about these, because she has said to me that in the crystal community that sometimes these crystals can be a little bit controversial, because some people feel as though they're just pretty bits of glass. Other people can see them for what they are. And actually, do you know what? There's something in that, isn't there? Because this is so true of where we are. It's like we either can feel something, or either you just see this as a lump of glass. It's like, oh yeah. Or you actually, you can feel it. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel that with every bone and cell of my body. And I don't actually need a book to tell me it means this, it does that. My body just gets it. Does yours? I'm hearing you all say, yes, Amanda, yes, yes. Exactly. And also some people feel as though, you know, when you find these, that they should just stay in their native places as well. These, I believe, came from Indonesia, but I feel as though I've been sent them because I do global work, and there's people that watch me from all over the planet. So, hey, they've arrived with me, and I believe they've arrived with me so I can share them with you. Aren't they stunning? Thank you so much. So that is, yeah, it's hard to top that. How beautiful are they? I'll bring them into my work going forward. One wants to talk, I'm hearing. Okay. They all want to talk. It's as though they all want to talk as a... there we go. There they are. They all want to talk as a group. So if I just zoom in a very unprofessional way, I know, but there we go. What are they saying to you? I will just notice, because you might have seen, on my desk, I've just got various bits and bobs, and I have things that inspire me on my desk, and they remind me. I showed this in a video, oh God, a year ago. I can't even remember what video it was, but how pertinent is this card for the times that we're in? Again, if you've watched my last few videos and you've understood the violet pill teaching and the work we're trying to do to bring unity and balance in, and to find the common ground between two polarities. This card, which is taken from Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle by Cheryl Yambrook Rose, it looks like that. This card is just so perfect. It says, be the powerful space between opposite poles. Be the third pillar. Be the third pillar. So there's also a link here into the tree of life, and the fact that the middle pillar is the place of balance. Okay, so I find that a very useful image to focus on, just to remind me that's what we're being asked to do, to be the powerful space between opposite poles. And this also takes me back to my Knights Templar life, okay, which I've mentioned before, and I know many of you also have had a Knights Templar life, where you might have been a good Knights Templar, you might not have been a good Knights Templar, or you could have been somebody who was actually trying to keep the peace within the Templar movement, okay? It reminds me of my lifetime that I had with them. But yeah, you know, it's just, sometimes you don't need to say any words, the image just says it all. I also had this card come out repeatedly this week, which is very much tied into the work that I'm going to be doing soon, helping us to tune into and connect to our higher self, okay? So, okay, we've just launched the spray, but the spray is just a tool. It's a tool that helps you to connect into your higher self. So we're going to be doing more work on that going forward on this channel. And yeah, it's to do with become the master you seek. Again, it's almost like we don't need any more words to add to that. Become the master you seek. There have been some amazing masters that have come to our world to teach us over thousands of years, and the template is already laid down. The template is already there. It's just that man then took that template and often distorted it, put control onto it. Ego came into it. But the true template and the teachings, they're already laid down. And the fact is, they're already there within you because you already have been present in a lot of these lives where the masters were walking the earth. Okay, I know I had a lifetime at the time of Christ. I haven't tuned into a lot of the other lifetimes linked to other masters, but that could be quite interesting to do. Likewise, think about yourself, lifetimes that you have had where you know you walked with the masters. So if you walked with the masters, you have that energy and that information within you. It's just re-remembering. So yeah, become the master that you seek. They're all within you. They are both within and without. As above, so below. I think that's a very powerful card. And I also had this card that came out this week amongst all of what was going on. Bring peace to troubled waters. Bring peace to troubled waters. And again, you know, a bit of an anthem for Archangel Metatron, but the song by Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Waters, is very, very relevant for the times that we're in right now. Very relevant. But yeah, this card is also beautiful. Bring peace to troubled waters. So those three are from that same deck, Art Through the Eyes of the Soul. Okay, it's a very, very powerful deck. I like it. Right, I think what I might do now is I'm going to show you another deck that I bought this week. So I bought this one myself. And it's one that I haven't seen many people use online. Maybe you've got it, maybe you haven't. It's the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck by Kim Krantz. It's very weighty. I mean, this is a tome, okay? This is a serious piece of work, okay? And I think there's energies in here that are really going to help us going forward. Now, I haven't used it much other than to get it out of the box and take a quick look. So I'm going to pull some cards now, and I'm just going to show you what's in it. What's interesting as well is it's 3 boxes within one. The cards are in 3 boxes. So the first one, we've got this, which is like an outer casing, okay? So take that off. That's box number 1. It feels a bit like the Hall of Records, you know, where you have to keep going into something to get to the nectar at the centre. Second box looks like this. I love the fact that it opens up and it says, it's got this little saying here, which says, this is so where we're at as a community on my channel. It says, accept all, reject none. Look at that, accept all, reject none. It's unity consciousness. Just got to write something down because I've got an idea in my head and it's going to go out of my head if I don't write it down. I want to talk about something I'm planning to do. Okay, right. So we open the box and then we get to another box. Okay, so take that. This is the third box, which is a circular box. And then we've got the cards. So this is what the cards look like. When I first saw them, I thought they were maybe a bit too big, but they're not actually. I find them quite easy to shuffle. They're obviously circles rather than squares, which for whatever reason feels as though it works here. So this is the backing. The backing is sort of in a monochrome grey, black and white. And then there are some serious archetypal energies to work with here. I'm just going to show you a few and then I'll shuffle the deck and I'll see what wants to come through today. We'll pull 4 cards. So we've got the Destroyer. We've got the Sustainer. So I'll put them a little bit closer so you can see. Let's actually put those 2 together. We've got the Destroyer and we've got the Sustainer. Powerful, aren't they? Do you know what I'm seeing as I put those up to you? They almost look like 2 eyes. It looks like 2 eyes. So how are you looking at the world? Are you looking at the world through eyes which just want to destroy and bring somebody down? Okay, I'm going to take you down. You know, I don't like what you say. I don't like what you stand for. You don't agree with me. You've got a different view. You're this, you're that. I'm going to destroy you. Or are you going to build somebody up? These feel like two great big blinking eyeballs. Okay, how are we looking at the world? That's just those two. Okay, let's see what else we get. The crone. The crone. The box. I went to a talk by William Henry a few years ago, who is an American spiritual teacher, very esoteric, very, very intelligent guy. He travels the world with his wife, very beautiful wife he's got. And I think they do tours to places like ancient Egypt, or they probably aren't anymore, but they used to. Anyway, he did this little chat about what is a box. You know, a box is literally just sort of like it's. Oh, I'm not explaining this very well. I'm actually going to have to go and get the notes that I took from his talk, because do you know what? I kept them for a moment, maybe such as this. I'm going to pause my camera. Hold on. Okay, I found it. Yeah, this. I went to a talk with him. 2015. I've kept these notes from 2015. You see, that's when you know you've actually been to a workshop or listened to somebody where there was something of worth. I've held on to the notes that I took at his talk from 2015. So I will put his website in my description box below, because it's only fair if I'm going to actually reference his work here. But this is what I've written. Hello, Bella. I told you she's a bit nuts at the moment. Belly! Okay, she's gone downstairs. Yeah, it's something unsettling her. Okay, the square, the box. He talked about creation and how we can create out of nothing, okay? So the question is, what is it? What is the box? What it actually is a hologram, which is made up of 12 lines. Okay, the cube. Imagine this as a 3-dimensional cube. And those 12 lines are brought to life in your imagination. You actually create it. You make it become the box. Goes on to talk about that our mind is the holographic projector. How we view things and how we see things depends on how we are looking at things. And we make judgments on that from the neocortex part of our brain. And then I've written, judgment is the prison. If your thoughts are locked into fear, that's where you stay. Acceleration of consciousness is about keeping in the love zone. It's a really fascinating talk, actually. Anybody else gone to any of his, done any of his work? Yeah. Maybe I just needed to read that bit. There was another bit, actually, because I reread this the other day, that really struck me. Something he said. There's pages of it. Do you know, I'm not saying it's him, but what came to my mind today is I would love to create my own panel. There's a lot of these panels going about on the internet at the moment, aren't there? And I'm sorry, but I think some of them are sowing separation energy. I would like to do a unity panel, and I'd like to bring in some really big names if I can. And I'm not saying it's him, he's probably far too busy to do it, but I've got a few others on my radar. You see, if they're not on your radar, then it's never going to manifest, is it? I'd love Kay Patcher to be there. But again, you see how easily you talk manifestation down. I was just saying I'd love K-Patcher to be on this panel, or whatever it is that Metatron's wanting me to create, this unity. Things like that never happen in our road. They don't. How interesting. Do you see what that's such a perfect demonstration of spirit. I was just talking myself out of manifestation. That why the hell can't I get K-Patcher onto this panel if I want to, you know? Even if it's in 10 years' time, whatever. Why can I not imagine that that is possible? And as I then started to talk myself out of it, there was somebody outside in the road effing and blinding and talking about Fright Night. I don't think it's Fright Night, me and K-Patcher getting it together. I think it's like, oh, okay, Metatron's saying that would be some people's nightmare in terms of actually there would be a lot of light that you could bring. Anyway, let's not get into all that. But that was quite interesting. That energy, that was like Bella barked, didn't she? Bella went down before that just happened. There's something weird just went off outside my house, which doesn't normally happen. So, yeah, I think Metatron was demonstrating that. Okay, here are some other words. When we stand in love, we stand on holy ground. Yeah, this guy is really onto it. He's really onto it. So I haven't looked at his work for a long time, so I don't know what he's doing now. But anyway, I'm going to give him a shout out. All that, you see, came from just putting up that little card. Okay, let me show you a few more of these cards and then I'll do a little reading. The self. The self. That's your true self. Rainbow light. Beauty. The thread. I mean, this is a serious deck, you know, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to and, you know, reading what the cards are all about. The river. But you see, I love a deck that challenges me. The riddle. It's brilliant. I love a deep, challenging deck. The underworld. Aren't they brilliant? Well done, this lady. Kim Kranz, well done you. The threshold. You see, that's where a lot of us are at the moment. The threshold. And that, you see, reminds me a bit of past lives that we've all had, where we've been on the threshold of something big or breaking out of the box. And it's like, you can't do that. If you do that, it's like, you know, this is like the fiery pit. You know, this is like if you step out of comfort zone, there's the fiery pit that waits. No, it doesn't. This is actually the energy of the sun. This is illumination. This is warmth. This is, you know, all good things, basically. Anyway, great cards. Let's just pull a couple for us watching and see what we get. I need a spray. Let's have a spray of the new spray. Purple. Well, we called it Purple Rain to start with because Prince helped create it, but it's actually the Higher Self spray. I haven't got the actual one with the label. This is a tester. So I'm just going to spray it. Let's just do this. Sending it out to you to tune in, help you tune into your higher self, who you are. Your soul light, your essence. You can create anything you wish to create. K-Patcher and I have the same birthday as well. Sorry, I can't get this. This is in my head now. This is in my head. You see, once it's in your head, you can manifest. Even if it's a meeting in the astral, in all seriousness. You see, we straight away, we think it's got to look a certain way. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It can be a meeting in the astral, you know? So it's that card we had before whereby if you just try to manifest something and take a step forward, you don't actually know what that's going to look like or how it's going to manifest. It will manifest as spirit wants it to. Right, okay. What are we doing here? 3 cards for today then, Metatron, from this deck. What do you want to say to people? The Vision. Look at that. I mean, that is such a Metatronic card. My God. Having worked with Metatron for so long, that is such a Metatronic card. I'm not saying that was her intention when she created it, but the vision, the vision. We've got the rainbow, okay? We've got the mountains, we've got the peak, we've got the summit, okay? We've got the 2 owls, being able to see what other people cannot see, being able to have a vision that other people cannot see because they're looking at life with 3D eyes. They're looking at life from an old paradigm, from an old energy, from an old consciousness. They don't want to change. Metatron is asking you to have a greater vision of where you want to take your world. That's just very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful, isn't it? 2 more, please, Metatron. 2 more, please. The Venom. Thought that one might come out. Let me just see what comes out with Venom. Okay, that one, the underworld. The underworld. For you to get to this place in your life, what it is that you truly came here to do, what your vision is, what it is you're meant to create, what you're meant to be. Unfortunately, or not, there are lessons in all of this. Right now, the energy out there is a bit like this. Within the underworld, I want to change the word, okay? I want to change the wording here because I'm just tuning into these cards. I wanted to say within the undergrowth, there is venomous, poisonous energy that wants to thwart you from getting to this holy place. Okay, William Henry's words about standing on sacred holy ground, that's here. But to get to it, it's a bit like walking through viper's nests at the moment. Now, you can do that because Archangel Sandalphon will give you the shoes so you don't get bitten. Metatron will give you the vision to be able to keep going and the determination, but you've got to keep going. The energy is not particularly... is a bit yucky at the moment. I mean, it just is. I know people that are actually coming off doing even YouTube channels at the moment because it's just like you can't say anything without people getting triggered. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm staying. You've got me whether you like it or not, including people who really don't like me. Because I am keeping my eye on the goal, okay? I'm keeping my eye on the goal. I will always keep my eye on the goal. And when there are times in life, and I had a brief moment last week, which is just like, I don't know if I even want to keep looking at the goal. Metatron will give you some space and then he'll just move your head back up. That's where you're looking, girl. Okay, that's where you're going. Keep on going, okay? And I've got you. Look at that energy. I've got you. I've got you. As above, so below. You are covered. The 2 owls either side, okay? Because at the moment we are sort of, it's like trudging through treacle a bit. It's trudging through treacle. I mean, how interesting. Remember that first deck I was reading on at the start of all of this? We had the vipers carrying, the vipers on our back. Here we've got the venom, okay, snakes in the undergrowth. I wanted to say undergrowth rather than underworld, okay? I'm reading these cards a little bit different. But put your armour on, okay, your spiritual armour. Make sure you've always got your guides with you, Metatron, Christ, whoever your guides are, and keep on taking those steps. Keep on keeping on. Lovely lady who I used to know, she's died now, but she always used to end her emails with, keep on keeping on. And that's, actually I'm going to call the video that, in Valerie's memory. Keep on keeping on. Yeah. You see, she was a way shower. She was somebody who did this work. I've come into contact with a few people over my career, as it were, doing this work, who have been real way showers, people who've been doing this work for decades. And some of them have passed on now, of course. But, they've cleared some of the path for us. They've cleared a lot of the path for us. So even if right now we're feeling as though, God, I'm having to do that, and it's heavy and it's difficult and it's dark and loads of other people cannot see what I can see, they can't see that because they're in that, They're in that. I'm in that. Keep on going. Keep on going. It's also your ancestors before you who helped clear the path. There's a lot riding on these times. Okay. Okay. I think I'll end with just a little bit of light-hearted fun, and I'm going to show you what has arrived in my subscription box. So do you remember I did that stupid, well, it was not stupid. I genuinely thought I was unwrapping this box a few months ago, but it was actually my mum, it was all my mum's stuff. Do you remember? Mum was moving and it was all her owls. If there's an owl in this box, it's just going to be beyond parody. But this is the box. This is the proper box that comes from, it's just one of these subscription box. I actually started doing it a couple of years ago. It's called Merkaba Box. I'm not trying to sell you these. I'm not an affiliate of them. I like to pass it on. So I'll put the link below, but then it's up to you whether you do it or not. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just telling you this arrived in my home yesterday, so I'm going to open it with you and let's see what's in here. But I got this box a few years ago. It arrives every month. It's like a little self-care box. Okay, so what you get is in this, it tells you what you get. I can already see that have I got that deck? It's got a deck in here that I think I've already got. If that is the case, I'll pass it on. I've actually had a big clear out of some of my tools that I don't use anymore or don't resonate with, and I'm going to try and pass it on. I think we need to be doing that as a community now, because there's a lot of people just starting to wake up. And, you know, if you've used a deck and you know you're not going to particularly use it going forward, pass it on to somebody else who might like it. Right, let's just see quickly what we've got in this box. Oh, I've also got something else to show you. Yeah, I just want to have a bit of fun today. What is this? That is, it's pungent, whatever it is. It's, no, it's lovely. It is sage. I've got so much sage. Desert sage. Okay. Nice. Okay. They always give you a crystal. Ooh. Never heard of that before, and that feels as though it fits in very nicely with the theme earlier, all those lovely new colours I showed you. This is silver topaz. I've never heard of silver topaz. Shall I tell you what it does? If I can read it. I'm going to have to put it out there. It embodies the energy of the spirit and opens one's senses to the essence of the self. Of course it does. Of course it does. It brings an awareness of one's thoughts and deeds and the karmic effect these have, as well as cosmic awareness and understanding of the big picture and how this all fits together. Stimulates the crown and the etheric chakras. High vibrational crystal dissolves mental attachments and purifies emotions, helping to heal the world. It's highly effective for honouring psychic and intuitive gifts, especially clairvoyance and clairsentience. Oh, it's a stone of truth. Interesting. I might actually add that to the crystal essence that goes into the new spray that we've just made, because I bought a whole load of new crystals for this new spray, the Higher Self spray, and I'm quite pleased with the mix, as it were. I have a lovely lady called Anna who makes up all the crystal essences that go into our sprays. And I'm just trying to remind myself of what crystals we chose for this new Higher Self spray. We have got ammonite, a labradorite octahedron. Octahedron is the energy of the heart. Nummite, chrysanthemum stone, amethyst, and a clear quartz with rutile. But yeah, this feels as though it's quite topical as well. Silver topaz would be a good one to use for helping to tune into your higher heart. Looks like we've got something for my skin, maybe. Reused bubble wrap. Okay, good. Lunar evening facial oil, bergamot and lavender. Okay, nice. I have to be a bit careful what I put on my skin because it can react, but anyway, we'll give it a go. Oh, the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I don't know whether I've got that one or not. I'm not going to pull a card from that today because I've already pulled cards. But that's nice to have. Anything else in my box today? I don't think so. Is that it today? The oil, the deck, the sage, the topaz. Oh, and there is something else, a silver rain mystical toner. Oh, okay. Oh, right, skin stuff. Nice. Silver rain. Come on, you can't make this stuff up. I've just told you that our new spray, which is the Higher Self Connection spray, had a working title called Purple Rain, okay? This one that's just I've unwrapped is called Silver Rain Mystical Toner. Purple and silver rain. Colloidal silver and silver fir. Silver Rain Mystical Toner by a company called MOA, M-O-A. Lovely. I'll let you know. Okay, I do just want to show you one other thing, guys, because this, again, is just beyond... It's just beyond beautiful. And yeah, this is a video which is all about hopefully beauty and just having a bit of fun and play. Maureen, thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. She has sent me beautiful photographs of many of the Heart Squad, and she has studied them. Some of you on my Instagram saw this earlier on in this week, but you haven't seen two that I didn't realise was actually in the parcel, because it's like a double parcel. The way it had been, I didn't see it. So I did show you this. I showed you Diana. Okay, look at that. And these are studded jewels. How beautiful is that? So some of you have seen 4 that I put on my Instagram, but you haven't seen these 2 because I didn't realise this is beyond. This is just beyond. This made me laugh and smile and just brought joy. Look how gorgeous he looks. Elvis Presley. Studded rhinestones. Isn't that just gorgeous? I think the other one was Audrey Hepburn, actually. Elvis, Diana. And then I must let you go, and I better go and do something with my Saturday. I'm going to get these framed. Oh yeah, Audrey Hepburn. Class. Sheer class. Classy lady. Bowie. Oh, Marilyn. I'm going to have to do Marilyn soon. Marilyn Monroe. And then we'll end with the purple one. Prince. Gorgeous, aren't they? So I tell you what, you all lift me up. You really lift me up. And thank you. I hope I lift you up a little bit too. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So have a good weekend, guys. And I will be back next week with some more structured videos and some channeling, and we'll just take it from there. Take care of yourselves. Lots of love. See you all soon. Bye-bye for now.